love like Jesus. In the tranquil countryside of Judea, amidst rolling hills and golden fields, Jesus walked among the people, his words carrying the essence of divine love. His teaching stirred hearts and kindled a fire of compassion in those who sought wisdom and truth. One day, a weary traveler approached Jesus as he rested beneath the shade of a great oak tree. The traveler's face was etched with lines of hardship, and his eyes bore the weight of many burdens. "Rabbi," the traveler spoke, his voice filled with longing, "how can I learn to love as you do?" Jesus regarded the traveler with deep kindness, and he began to share a story that would illuminate the path to embodying love in its purest form. In a bustling village nestled along the shores of the Sea of Galilee, there lived a woman named Miriam. Widowed at a young age, Miriam toiled tirelessly to provide for her elderly mother and 3 young children. Despite her hardships, her heart remained open, her spirit unbroken. One evening, as she gathered water from the village well, Miriam noticed a stranger sitting by the roadside, a man with weathered hands and a tattered cloak. His face bore the marks of sorrow, and his eyes held a quiet longing. Moved by compassion, Miriam approached the stranger and offered him a cup of water. "Are you in need of rest?" she asked gently, her voice a soothing balm. The stranger nodded gratefully, and Miriam led him to her modest home, where she prepared a simple meal. As they shared bread and conversation, the stranger spoke of his travels and the weight of his sorrows. Throughout the night, Miriam listened with an open heart, offering comfort and solace. She did not judge the stranger by his circumstances, but embraced him as a fellow soul on life's journey. In the days that followed, Miriam continued to extend kindness to the stranger, tending to his needs with unwavering grace. She did not seek recognition or reward, but gave freely from the depths of her generous spirit. One morning, as the stranger prepared to depart, he turned to Miriam with eyes filled with gratitude. "You have shown me a love that transcends words," he said, his voice filled with awe. "Your kindness has restored my faith in humanity." Miriam smiled, her heart overflowing with joy. "It is love that sustains us through life's trials," she replied softly. "Love that sees beyond differences and embraces each soul with compassion." The stranger nodded, his spirit renewed by Miriam's selfless love. "You embody the love of the divine," he remarked, his words carrying a profound truth. "For God's love shines through you, touching all who cross your path." As Jesus concluded his parable, the weary traveler sat in silence, deeply moved by the story's message of unconditional love. "Rabbi," he spoke at last, his voice trembling with emotion, "to love as Miriam loved, is this the way of love you teach?" Jesus smiled, his eyes radiant with divine love. "Yes," he replied gently, "to love as Miriam loved is to walk in the footsteps of love incarnate. May her example inspire you to embrace all beings with compassion and kindness." With a heart full of gratitude, the traveler bid Jesus farewell, carrying with him the timeless lesson of love, a lesson that would guide him on his journey to embodying love like Jesus, one act of kindness at a time. And as Jesus resumed his path through the countryside, his heart brimming with love for all creation, he knew that the seeds of love he planted would blossom into a garden of compassion, nourishing souls for generations to come.